G'day guys, Mr. Oz Adventure here, and I'm coming at you today from Cobar in outback New South Wales, here on a trip down to South Australia, and I'm going to set up camp here. This is my first camping night of the trip, first time I've been bike camping for a long time actually. In this video I'm going to run you through everything I pack on the bike when I go away on a bit of a bike tour, and I'm going to run you through all of my camping gear. I'm going to show you all of my camping gear packed away in the bike first, and then I'm going to set up my tent and you're going to see everything set up. How I like to have my bike camp when I'm solo traveling. It's all compacted here, all in the one location, so I just have to open this box and all my camping gear is in here. That's my tent, that is my sleeping mattress, that's my sleeping bag, that's my sleeping bag liner, camping chair, camping table. I've got my pillow there, got a little pump here for pumping up anything air related, and that is all my camping cooking stuff in this little bag there. That's it. That's all I really need for camping, the very basics. I've got some food and stuff elsewhere. My clothes are all in this pannier over here. So I keep everything separated so that it's just, I know where everything is. So there we have it, there's all my clothes. Got a spare pair of shoes for when I go out walking around. I don't want to be in my big boots. Got some clothes in there, that's my main clothes. Some wet weather gear in there. That is a cover to go over the bike. In case it rains I can keep everything dry on the bike. It's just an extra shelter. And I've got some chain lube and everything in there, and some tyre maintenance. So I've got a pump in there that I can pump up the tyre with if I get a puncture or I need to put air in the tyre. And the top box has got some extra clothes in it, just some of my warm thermal gear that I don't need, and food. It's not the neatest at the moment because I've just shoved a few things in here and there. I've got my laptop so I can edit all my videos. So I've got extra clothing in there, thermal layers and stuff like that. There's a little bit of food in there. All my cold food is in there. There's a can of cider. I'm going to drink that as soon as I get set up with the camp. Let's get the camp set up before we drink, eh? Put that away. Yeah, some other stuff I've just shoved in and out of there. Some electronics throughout the day. And the tank bag, spare pair of gloves. Got to change gloves during the day. Camera stuff, hat, just stuff I need to access. I don't keep anything valuable in there. All the valuable stuff is in there. The top box. If it was going to be a bit dodgy with the weather, a bit of rain predicted, all my wet weather gear will be in here, so it's easy to get to really quickly. Without further ado though, I will get on to setting up my camp so you can see what that looks like. It's all pretty well lightweight stuff. It's taken me years to get set up to a point where I'm really happy with what I've got. Over the years I've had different tents, different sleeping bags, all this other stuff that was bigger and bulkier. But I've worked out what I need, what I don't need, and now I'm pretty happy with that. So I did do a camping video some years ago. My setup has changed a lot since then. Okay, so that is the tent set up. The mattress, sleeping bag and the sleeping bag liner. So I'll crawl into my sleeping bag liner and then go inside the sleeping bag, depending on the temperature. Pillow, very comfy. Got the chair, got the table for the drinks. It also doubles as a footstool. Got some coffee and sugar and stuff like that in that bag. In here, there's my tent light. That's going to get hung up in there. Headlamp, you've got to have a headlamp when you're camping. There's my cup, I can drink spirits out of that. Coffee in the morning. There's my little cooker. Plastic spoons. So I've got a bowl here, an expandable bowl. So that packs flat and then that expands out into a nice bowl. There's a cooker in there, a little gas burner and a gas bottle inside there. And you've got those to eat out of as bowls, or just eat straight out of the saucepan if you want, you know. And boil up water in that. Cook two things at once. And yeah, some spoons with grass all over them. Yeah, the cup. So yeah, that bowl's quite deep. You could eat a fair bit out of that. They flatten down to absolutely nothing. And the cup expands into a, you know, normal coffee cup size. Everything that I need to cook with and eat out of fits into 3/4 of that. This wasn't even full. Easy as. Some great camping gear out these days. Anyway, time for me to relax. Cheers guys, thanks for that. Yeah, I hope you got something out of this. Hope it helped you and gave you some tips for setting up your own little bike camping trip. Bike camping is bloody awesome, I love it. I do like to camp out in national parks and stuff like that, well away from civilization from time to time, but on days like today, it's just good to have somewhere a bit more civilized and just cruise in. Got showers and all the amenities here. If you've got any tips or anything you'd like to leave yourself for your own camping trips, your own camping tips and hints, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching guys, I will see you on the next video. Stay tuned for more adventures.